What's going on? Matt over here with Lethal Garage, and today I want to talk about the future of the 2019 Camaro. Now, there has been tons of spy shots, tons of information leaks per se, such as the carb showing that there could be a 7-speed transmission. GM Authority just recently uncovered the new VIN labeling, which may have revealed a 3LT car. As you guys know, there's a 1LT and a 2LT currently. And there's been quite a few other things. Obviously, still speculation that GM will roll out a new Z28 or potentially a upgraded version of the ZL1, potentially to reuse parts from the ZR1, who knows. There's lots of things, but the one thing that I want to talk about is what could be possible and what do we think we might want for 2019, and what do we think GM's actually going to give us. So there's a lot of things out there in regards to what are they going to do with the 2.0 turbo? Are they going to add more power to it? What can they do with it? We all know there's plenty more headroom to boost the power there. It's whether or not GM is going to be willing to do that under their restrictions, or if they can because of who knows what reasons. There's the 3.6. As you guys all know, Ford got rid of their V6 for their new model year, their refresh for the 2018. Like, will the 3.6 V6 still have a place in the Camaro lineup? Some of the crazy theories, well, I wouldn't call them crazy, but some theories that I'm reading on Camaro 6 from some of the members over there are saying, could the 3LT be a base model LT with a V8 motor in it? I don't know how that makes sense over just getting a 1SS, but it could be. I don't know. There's just lots of things. So for me, I think GM will probably do a few things. Obviously, we know they are changing the way the car looks. I don't think it's going to be crazy drastic. I think the center of the car, and we can look at my car right now, I think the center of the car from here up into the front fascia will remain the same. I don't foresee them really doing anything down here. Maybe they'll add a couple new wheel options. But outside of that, they'll probably change the front fascia. We already know they're changing the rear design, not drastically, but there's a few design cues here and there. And potentially they might do some things to the interior. I don't know how crazy they can actually get with the interior just based on how it is. Some people are like, oh, they'll adjust visibility. I think the visibility is fine, but I don't know what they could do. I mean, I guess they can get rid of the big humps where the heads-up display is at. I have no idea why that's even there. It does kind of come up high, and I guess for shorter people that could be a bother, but I don't know exactly what they'll do. But from the designs and the spy cars we've seen driving around, they haven't changed the A, B, or C pillars on the car. Like, that all seems to be staying the same. Now, power-wise, a lot of people hope, like GM did do work on the Corvette Grand Sport, which, as you guys all know, is an LT1 motor with some upgrades to give it more power. Would that be carried on through the new SS refresh, so then they can just make one motor across the board for the SS setup? I don't know. That could be a potential. Could they make changes to the LT1? They definitely could. They can definitely squeak out more power. Again, EPA guidelines and whatnot. How much does that play a role in what they can and can't do? Or what kind of fuel efficiencies can they dial in to make that a thing? Because it's definitely a consideration that they have to take on. So, and from the looks of it, GM hasn't really rolled out a lot of new cars making a lot better gas mileage to offset their full fleet MPG. So, and even then, I'm not that well versed or understand how that all works to be able to speak to it. But that could be an option. Now, obviously, there's still rumors flying around and conversations that GM is still playing with, the Camaro to make it a sub 7-minute lap at the Nürburgring. That would be amazing. What that car is it a modified ZL1? Is it a Z28? The question's in the air for that, right? Like, we have no idea. I want to be hopeful that GM is going to roll out a new Z28. There's a lot of people out there that are just like, oh, the 5th gen Z28 was a complete failure. I honestly think the Z28, when it rolled out, was not a failure. I believe, to my knowledge, every single car in the first year it was made was sold out. I think GM overbuilt the second year, and that's where we saw cars sitting on lots for And I mean, for multiple years afterwards. I think even in 2017, there were still brand new Z28s that were marked down to like 55 grand. Unfortunately, the Z28, it didn't hold a performance crown for a very long time. It was a stout in a track-based car that was amazing, but what can they do for the 6th gen? Will they actually bring it back? I certainly hope they do. If they don't, oh well. If they come up with another version or variant of the ZL1, or even come out with a different car, we'll see, but we just don't know. But going back to this new Venn diagram that GM Authority has mustered up, and if you guys want to see the full article, what they found, it is down below in the description. They found a diagram that highlights the 1LS, the 1LT, 2LT, and a 3LT, and then the standard, 1SS, 2SS, and ZL1 options. And a lot of people always go, well, what about the RS and the 1LE? Keep in mind, those are additions to the base model. So the LT, the LS, the LT, and the SS, and the ZL1 are the car that you have. The RS is an add-on package. The 1LE is an add-on package. There's no such thing as a Camaro 1LE. It's a 1SS 1LE, or a Camaro ZL1 1LE. So, and most people don't call them 1SS or 2SS. They would just go Camaro SS 1LE. And if you remember, like, even if you go back to the 2nd gens, like RS SS, where that was actually the name of the car. And so it was in whatever. I'm getting into pointless information, because in the 6th gen, they really made it confusing because they included all the RS packages that hit the LT as standard options in the SS. So they really kind of twisted things around from the normal format that we're used to. But I mean, that happens. So, oh well. But what could this 3LT be? I don't know. The 3LT seems like an interesting option. There was some speculation, like what if it was a base model LT with a SS motor? Or a V8 motor of some sort. It could be an interesting take on it. Now, could it be something with a 7-speed transmission? Probably not. Could they break apart the packages on the 1LT, 2LT, and this new 3LT to be a much different spread of cars, to where the 1LT becomes an even lower base model, where the 2LT is the middle of the road and the 3LT is the high-end version? That could very much be it. I know GM has talked about wanting to do more customization and give the consumer more options in regards to how they build their cars and how they make them look and make them feel even more unique. And I think this could be something that leans into that theory. Now, what kind of level of detail are they going to allow? How far are they going to go with it? I don't know. I can only look at what they're doing with other brands, like the Corvette. The Corvette comes to mind with the customization and all the cool things that they're allowing there. They have carbon fiber packages. They let you change interiors. They've rolled out new paint colors. I mean, there's all sorts of things. So maybe the 3LT might be something saved for more customization in the LT models, and that same kind of stuff carries over the SS without needing a 3rd-tier model for the SS, because I don't know if they actually need it. I don't know. I mean, this is all speculation at this point. I have no idea. There's just the little tidbits. We do know that the 2019 year, there's lots of changes coming, which screams that the refresh is coming in 2019. That is still undetermined. It could be 2020. I'm pretty sure it's going to come 2019. But drivetrain-wise, will they put the A10 in the SS? It doesn't seem like they're going to, from all the leaks. But does that mean it's not happening? No, it doesn't. Again, we talked about the power. I think they'll for sure upgrade the power, especially because we saw a whole fleet of all the different cars driving around. This was, what, 5 months ago? And even more so, there's been more spy shots showing, like, why would they have a full fleet of cars? I know they got to get new heating and cooling and who knows, all the other data that they got to get. But I would say that tells me there's new powertrain and new drivetrain changes, and they need to get the data off of all of that, because if they just left the drivetrain alone, like, I just don't think they're going to do that kind of crazy testing across every single model. And that's just my opinion. I am not an expert in any of this. It's just my thought process. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think is coming in the 2019 model year? Do you guys, what do you think of this 3LT model? Do you think a Z28 is coming? Do you think they'll up the power of the SS? There's lots of things to consider. on what might be coming. And I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. This video is very much being created to drive conversation. So let me know in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think. I mean, I have my theories. I kind of talked through them in this video. But again, there's just so much not known right now. We just have to wait. And the other side of it, when are they going to reveal this? If it's a 2019 model year, I mean, my assumption is they're going to reveal 3-4 months from now. If you guys look at the 6th gen, I created a tracker of all their marketing campaigns and everything that they did. And they did a lot of stuff. And it seems like it aligns usually in the May, June time period where they reveal things. Now, is that a dialed in formula? Probably not, but it's interesting just to follow that, especially because my day job, I do marketing. And so it's interesting to see how other companies roll out and reveal products and how they do that. So that all being stated, thanks for watching this video. It was a little longer than I anticipated, but again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. 2019 Camaros are coming. What do you think is happening? What are they going to do? What do you hope to see? All that greatness. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the content, hit that subscribe button. Likes, comments, shares are appreciated. But until next time, hope to see you on the road.